Hi everyone, this is a short presentation about the tasks you will have to do once you receive your paper assignment. So we will work with Mark, who will help us with everything relating to linked links, and Leona, who will help us with everything else. First, I want to underscore the importance of the reviewing process. SIGGRAPH is the premier conference in our field, and as such, it defines the trends in our research community. It also plays a major role in our careers. For instance, SIGGRAPH papers are routinely used for evaluation. The review process is one of the most critical parts of the technical papers program. It has a big and direct impact on our field and the members of our community. It's important that we do the best possible job. On February 4th, you will receive the list of papers that have been assigned to you. Please read carefully the instructions that Lena will send you, and the rest of this presentation will give you a brief overview of what you will have to do. First, please open the PDF, read the abstract, and have a quick look at the whole paper to get a sense of what it is about. Then check if we missed any conflict of interest. Then assign the tertiary reviewers, and then start working on your own reviews. As soon as you get the list of papers, please check for missed conflicts of interest. Linked links and the sorters have checked for possible conflict of interest, but possible that we may have missed a few. If you find a conflict of interest that we missed, please contact Leona right away, and we will reassign the paper to someone else. Once you have checked that your list of papers does not have any conflict of interest, you will assign tertiary reviewers. This is a three-stage process that happens in linked links. First, you will propose possible reviewers for this submission. Then a conflict of interest coordinator will check that the paper's authors are not in conflict with these reviewers. And finally, you and the other committee members will invite reviewers to actually review the papers among the list of people who have been cleared of conflict by the coordinator. You will repeat this process until you have assigned 3 reviewers, 2 by the primary and 1 by the secondary. It is a good strategy to propose more possible reviewers than the number you actually need. Not everyone will be available. For instance, some reviewers will not be able to review the paper because they are conflicted with it. While the coordinator is checking for possible conflict, it's a good time to discuss with the other PC member to decide who among the possible reviewers would be good people to assign to do the actual reviews. Here are a few guidelines of what makes a good tertiary reviewer. You should choose people who are the best possible expert to review the submission. You should pick people who are professional and reliable. That is, people who are going to write detailed and thoughtful reviews and who are going to return them in time. You should form a diverse review panel. You should invite the best people to review the submission and not limit yourself to people you already know. It's a good strategy to invite junior and senior researchers. You should include different schools of thought, the very people who do not work together often. You should invite people from different institutions. And when you form your panel, you should remember that you and the other program committee member are also on the review panel. Once you have discussed with the other committee member, the primary should pick 2 tertiaries and the secondary should pick 1. Junior researcher can be good reviewer for a SIGGRAPH submission. However, you should pick people who have a minimum of reviewing experience. SIGGRAPH is not a good place to write their first review. On the other end of the spectrum, you should not be shy and should invite senior people who can also have a useful perspective on a paper. I know it can be sometimes intimidating, especially if you are yourself a junior researcher, but you should do it nonetheless. In some cases, it can make sense to invite experts from another community to review for SIGGRAPH, especially when their expertise is relevant to the submission. However, you should remember that the authors have chosen to submit their work to SIGGRAPH and expect their work to be evaluated in this context. So the majority of the review panel should be familiar with SIGGRAPH. Once you have invited the tertiary reviewers, you should start to work on your own reviews. This year the review period is 4 weeks, which is time to do everything, but there's not much time to wait to get started. Last, a reminder how to communicate. We can talk together about any general topic, but we should be careful as soon as we discuss issues specific to a paper. You can talk with the other programming committee member without checking. But if you want to talk to anyone else, you should first check with Leona. In particular, I'm conflicted with many papers. You should not contact me directly without checking with Leona first. I want to thank you all again for participating in the program committee this year, and I'm looking forward to working with you.